Hello, everybody. My name is Lay, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a journaling process video to share with all of you. I did share on my Patreon, and also shout out to all my Patreon. Um, I did share on my Patreon page my journaling method. For many, many years, I have been journaling, and to be completely honest with you, I always felt like I it's always been a crazy, colorful mess. It's a mixture of, I don't know, swatches, colors, doodles. It's almost like a junk journal, almost like a memory keeping journal, and then almost a sketchbook. So little did I know that I actually do have a process. And I came up with an acronym inspired from my original turtle character, Sheldon. It's called the Shell Method. So basically, the Shell Method is an acronym for S, sketch, or doodle. So because I always find myself just doodling, whether I'm using a planner, whether I'm using a plain notebook like this, there's always a little doodle. Whether it's as simple as a heart, the weather, a smiley face, but I always find myself sketching and doodling in my notebooks. So that is the letter S. Next is the letter H. It's for highlight something good. So basically, I like to write quotes, right? So positivity and or sometimes I would sit down and journal if I'm having a cup of coffee. What is it that reminds me of that cup of coffee? I miss it when growing up in the Philippines, when we didn't have a lot of money, we would pour a black coffee. Of course, it was sweet with sugar. Um, and we will eat it with rice. That was our meal growing up. So little things like that. Highlight that makes you feel something that makes you feel good. Next is the letter E. E is for express your feelings. It's almost like highlighting that and then doing your E. So you can mix all of it. Okay. So later we'll go through all of the letters, but express your feelings, whether it's a fear, it is an anger, sadness, or you're elated, you're super happy. Write it down. Write it down. It's so, so important to do that. Next one is L. And letter L is to list your favorites. Sometimes I would find myself just listing down top three songs that I've listened to that day, or what are the top three restaurants that we've tried so far this month, or this whole year, or the whole time we've been here in Texas. So something like that, making a list. And sometimes making a list can be part of your journaling, or maybe things that you need to do, almost like a bullet journal, listing things, your to-do list, listing things that needs to be accomplished, you need to, do and create, something like that. So list. The next and the last letter is letter L, and this one is layer. So layer, use stickers, use photos, so layering things. You have a sticker, you have a washi. It's almost like collaging, right? So that is the letter L. So that's when I figured out, oh my gosh, I really do have been using those method in my journal. And I figured I'd share with you. To be completely honest, this blank page is always, always something that I fear. It's never fun looking at a blank page, just staring back right at you. And so I figured the shell method is something that everybody can, use, and something that's not overwhelming. I hope everybody can, use in their journaling, and I think it's really going to be helpful. And so I have came up with a 14 prompts. I don't know. Don't ask me why 14. I just thought about 14, and I just thought, it's a good number. It's a good number. It's not so much that it's overwhelming to finish. There's like 30-day challenges. And to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever completed one whole 30-day challenge. It's like you don't have to do it every day, but the 14-day prompts is now available for free on my Patreon. So you can try it. You try this prompt, maybe it will help, but if you do, please use the hashtag shell journal over here so that I can find you. Hashtag is really a great way to just kind of like keep in touch with everybody and cheer you on in your journaling journey. And also, you can join my Patreon. It's as simple as $5, but I have it also for free. I have some, posts in there that is public and available for everybody. It's just kind of like this journaling prompts. It's there, it's for free. So please feel free to join my Patreon. It's a nice way to just kind of like stay connected in one place. And that's my goal. And again, shout out to all my Patreons. Hello, hello, and thank you so much. Okay, so today I want to do the first prompt. And our first prompt, let me see my notes. I just want to make sure that I don't have it wrong. But I feel like the first prompt was swatching your favorite color. I think that's it. I am looking at my Patreon right now. Yeah. So it says swatch today's favorite color. So that is our goal for today. So I think I pretty much have an idea what I want to do. I brought out all my favorite colors. This is from Faber-Castell. So basically from their Albrecht Durer watercolor line and also the gelatos. So I think I'm going somewhere. And then I'm gonna grab the shake and paint markers. All right. Honestly, if I want to, I really like this color also, the beige red, but I don't know. I might stick with it. Yeah, I like it. Let's put it there. I really love this color combination. I love happy colors. So the peach, look at this. Look at just how happy this color combination is. I mean, like, wow, that's happiness right there. The notebook I ordered from Amazon came in and it's really, really nice. I love the size. It's so much bigger. I love it. And I love the soft cover. And there's a pocket over there in the back. And then, of course, an elastic band. And there's two ribbons as well. So look at this. How nice is this? Ah, the paper, I don't think it's super thick, but it's good because I love using gessos anyway. So the gesso would be nice here. We're gonna go swatch my favorite colors today for our first prompt from first prompt of our 14-day prompt. That's a lot of prompt. I'm gonna use my clear gesso in here. So I'm using clear gesso today, like that. So I'm using a palette knife and we're just gonna go spread out the gesso. So clear gessos are more gritty, I feel like, than the white gesso. It has a little more toothy finish, so there's like a grit in there. And of course, I didn't clear my palette knife. As you can see, there's like a little bit of blue in there. And then we're just going to put in the copy paper here. So as you can see, the sides will be protected of the page like that. Oh, the middle part is not, I didn't put in so much gesso in here. I feel like the spine is really important, like right here, especially if you're going to do a lot of inks. Most of the time, that's where my bleed through happens, is that it goes in the spine of the notebook. And so it goes on to the other pages. Clean up our process and dry this. I think this is good. Forgot to mention, if you want to add, more textures and then dimension it on your page, it's nice to grab some texture paste, So texture paste is real nice and handy to get. that. So I want to add a little bit of texture in here. So we're going to add this and just tiny areas in here, you know. So I'm going to use my matte medium, my matte gel for this. I'm going to use it as my glue. Or we can just pick up some of that. Just add in there. Bam. This. You can use it there. The edges. Then we're going to dry it, and then I'm going to get, here's my white, oh, no, that's right, white gesso. Okay, so I'm going to go dry this. Okay, so we already used one method here. So we have layers in here, right? Because we added like layers of book pages. I'm going to use my sponge, and I'm just going to go add my white gesso. I just want to pull it back, you know, so this would be on the back of my page. So it's not completely right and center. So I wanted to blend with my backdrop or my background. So this is where the gesso would be really nice. So it's all about, when doing mixed media, it's all about layers and all about kind of like deciding what goes in the background, what goes in the foreground, what is it that you want to highlight, what is it that you want to um, just be part of it, but not too much of it. I want to cover some parts of it. So I think I want it to be blend a bit more with the background. So I'm going to grab some white acrylic paint. All right, so I did dry the page a little bit, and then I grabbed some acrylic paints. I have two colors in here, which is really nice. If you want to have like a little bit of an ivory color, see how this match the book? This is the parchment color. It has this ivory tone to it. And then of course they have the titanium white, whichever you want to use. Let's try the white. See. So see, we can cover up more with the white. Add a bit more there. You know, sometimes when you say mixed media, it's a bit overwhelming because if, you know, we watch process videos and sometimes there's just way too much. I remember when I was like starting to get into the mixed media and I want to learn, I was like so overwhelmed with all of the supplies that everybody was using. And, you know, it's easy to forget that we don't have to have all of those supplies that everybody else was using. Sometimes we can start with whatever we have already, like parts of the pages of a book. If you don't have it, you can go to, you know, go thrift shopping, right? So you can go and see if they have it, like discount stores. Um, Maybe they have like old books in there. And then paints. Acrylic paints is, I think, one of those mediums that is not super expensive. So you can really get like a big set for, you know, a little bit of money. And then of course Michael's always are running some good sales, some promos. So maybe wait for that. And there you go. I feel like this one blends even much better. This one I'll cover it up with whatever paint I have and just kind of like use whatever paint I have here and blend out some more of the area. And another thing with acrylic paints is that they dry really fast. So see how much we have set it back, but it's still there. We can still see it peeking through. I love it. All right, I'm gonna wait for this to dry. I'm gonna make it dry. What am I talking about? I'll be right back. Okay, let's start doing our swatches of colors. All right, so these are watercolor markers. These are also water soluble, so we can use water to blend it. Um, this will give us a really nice soft look if we blend it really well onto the page. And then to draw on top of this, I will use these markers, right? So I think I'm going to blend it with some water. We'll see, where is my water? I don't think I'm going to use any brush. I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to apply the art crayons directly in here, just like that. And then I'm going to dip my fingers in water. I'm just going to go blend it. Right. So a little bit goes a long way. So if you want to create like a very soft, subdued, very diluted color, then just use a little bit of art crayons. I think I got too crazy in there. So just grab your paper towel if you want to take out like a little bit of color like this. So if you feel like, oop, I added too much, I got too excited, so you can do that. Right. And then I'm going to add that same color over there. I'm going to go mix it. There you go. Nice and soft. There. Use a paper towel. Let's just kind of like smudge it. I'll find the peach color. This is such a pretty color. Such a pretty color. Like that. Blend it. Nice. Such a pretty color. This is like the perfect peach coral, that coral color. So nice. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to make it where, the colors would really be all over the page. I want to spread it out because we have a lot of colors. I've picked a lot of colors in here. And I want it to be soft. So this is my first layer. So it's just going to be like that. A little bit goes a long way. And I'll use the Supernova, put it here. As you can see, look at the intensity of that, right? So, but you can use that full intensity if you want to. Just add a little bit of water and blend until you get that vibrancy that you want. I'm going to go bring it to this side. And the way that we've applied the gesso earlier with the palette knife would give the page a little bit of that texture. I don't know if you can see, but that's why I didn't want to create like a very smooth application of the gesso, because that's part of the prepping of the page. It would give me some texture, right? And then do this one here. That's a bit intense, so I'm gonna add some color. Really mix it right there. And again, remember, this is her first layer, because we can layer this and add more, There you go. Ooh, look at this. That's nice. You see that peach is like super, super duper soft. Like it's really soft color. I love that I can still see the pages of the book. Ah, I love this. It's so pretty. The mango is going to be very similar to the supernova, but I feel like brighter to it. So I'm just going to go add a bit of that and then pick up from the stick itself. I have like slightly wet, finger right here, and I'm just picking up the pigment directly from the stick. I want a bit more a concentrated color of the mango. Very bright. Just like that. Yeah. So the green and the orange, of course, will give us brown. So we don't want that. We want them to have, some space in between. We don't want them to blend and give us mud. We do not want that. So this is the, what is this, lime color. So pretty. And then I just kind of like add some moisture on my finger, dipped it in the water, just to create that. Ah, so pretty. I'm gonna add some here, and then again, add moisture, and then smudge. Look at this art crayons. I just love using them so much because they're so versatile. Ah, so pretty. Add some in here, just a little bit. Oops, I feel like I added too much water in there. Oh well, but I'll add a little bit more. Okay, the next one is spearmint. So this is more like the phthalo green. So it has this cool tone green to it, as you can see. So I just, again, dip my finger in the water and then picking up the pigment straight. I'm just adding that. I'm just almost like tapping, you know, my finger. It gives a little bit of texture to it also. Oh, that's nice. I love that. Got some in there. And it almost gives it this patina, like an old patina look in paints, like that. I just dip my finger again, clean it up first. I'll add a bit more in here, like that. Nice, I love it so much. Almost, this is like almost also part of the expression, right? Because sometimes expressions can be colors, It doesn't have to be words. So it's part of the method again. These colors truly make me happy. It's one of my favorite color combination, if not my favorite, honestly. There you go. When this dry, all the colors underneath will be almost like permanent, right? So if we add another layer on top of it, we won't disturb this layer underneath. It will be there and it will not blend. We won't disturb it if we dry it. So if you give it enough time to dry, or you can use your heat gun to dry that, then yeah, you'll be good to go. Just really love. Yeah, I love that tone. All right. So I grabbed some of my stencils here from Faber-Castell. We have like different patterns. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the peach again, but remember I want some here, but I'm going to use a blending brush this time. So I'm going to pick up the art crayons directly from the sticks using my blending brush, like that. We're just going to add, these are the smallest dots in here, so that's what I wanted. Apply it in there. As you can see, we've added that very soft, right? I love that. Like that. So brought that peach tone into there as well. I'm going to add it here, layer it on top of the peach tone. Add more, as you can see. So just layer just nicely in there. Whatever I have left in the brush, I'm just going to go add some more in there. Maybe some in here. like that. Love it, love it. Nice. Let's grab another pattern. Let's grab that leaf pattern. This one. Okay. And then I am going to grab some of the supernova. Isn't that nice? That is so nice. I'm going to do that over there on top of the peach. It really just pulls everything together. I love that so, so, so much. Okay. All right. My next is I want to add some contrast to this. So I brought in one of my art crayons. This is the chocolate color, and I want to just add in a little bit of dark. So this is a brown color. So parts of the page where there's like white, more white is where I'm adding it. Okay. I feel like this is good. I really like this. Okay. Love that part. Okay. So now I'm going in with the same tone and I'm going to add some patterns inside. So just play with the patterns you're going to use. It could be like anything, honestly. Um, you can make like scallops like this, you know. Just like that. Imperfect dots in here. I'm going to add the same pattern in here. So this time I'm going to do that scallop, like what we did with the pink. But this one would be smaller in size. Just add it like there. That's nice. And then I'm going to do this one where it's just really small, tiny dots. And then we're going to add a little bit here as well on top of this light peach color. The orange glaze will really pop there. Don't have anything here, so I'm going to use the beige red. And then we're just going to add some of that jagged lines just to bring in this pattern right here to the left. Again, so we can bring the whole spread all together. I'm going to grab my shape and paint. Yep, this is our finished journaling pages. I think I'm going to go write a little bit. Right. Well, here you go, guys. This is our first artful journaling. Prompt one, swatch your favorite colors. Maybe it was a little bit extra. You definitely don't need to do as extra as how I did today. It could be honestly just swatches of colors in your journals. But and that's the beauty of journaling though, is that it really is, there's no wrong, there's no right. It's just how you want to use your journals. And honestly, if you want to use this as your background and then layer in some, photos in there, add more pattern papers and scrapbook, and can scrapbook about this photo. Grandbaby from my nephew, so that's Riley. She turned one. Actually, it's her birthday in the Philippines now, because it's September 2 here, and it's September the 3rd there in the Philippines. So, I can definitely add a little bit of writing in here. And you know what? I might just do that. So I'll use this page right here to just celebrate and document her first birthday. Oh, Riley. God bless you, Riley. Happy birthday. But, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing to my channel. And again, if you are curious about the shell method that I use when it comes to journaling, it is on my Patreon. I will put the link in the description down there so you can check it out. But thank you. Let me know which part of the process you enjoyed the most. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay creative and stay happy. Bye.